chicken and dumplings. Okay, this works better with dark meat chicken, like the breast and the legs and the wings. But you can use white meat because I know that's what you normally buy. So take your chicken, put it in a pot, cover it with water, bring it to a rolling boil with salt and pepper. Add a little extra salt to it. Bring it to a rolling boil until it falls apart. You can let it cool, take it out of the water, put it on a plate, pick it off the bone, and then save your water that's in the pot. Pour about half of that water out into another container. Then if you have some chicken broth, like the Swanson chicken broth in the container, or a can of chicken broth, if you don't, that's okay. But if you do, add it to that water that's left in the pot. Meanwhile, take your Bisquick and mix up some dough like you're going to make biscuits, or self-rising flour with Crisco. Mix it together into a dough. You don't want to make it as dense as you would for heavy biscuits, but you want to make it dense enough to stick together. So then bring the water that is in that pot back to a rolling boil with the broth in it. Add a little extra black pepper and a good tablespoon of butter. Drop it in there. Okay, and then take your dough when that comes to a full boil. Take your dough and spoon it, a teaspoon, not a tablespoon, a teaspoonful of dough at a time. A scoop, drop it in the boiling water. A scoop, drop it in the boiling water. And don't overcrowd them, but let them roll around in the water and cook. And when they're done, they will kind of begin to float to the top. And once that happens, then you take your boned chicken and you put it into the pot with the dumplings and that slurry of dough and water and broth. And you bring it to a quick boil, turn it down to low, and let it just simmer for about 10 minutes. Occasionally stir it because it will stick to the bottom of the pot and then you've got a burned mess. Then turn it off after about 10 minutes and let it sit for about 20-30 minutes. To cover it and leave it alone. Meanwhile, fix whatever it is you're going to have with that. And then when you're ready to eat, take the lid off the pot, give it a good stir, and serve it. And there you have it. And it's better the day after you make it, but it will be delicious fresh as well. And that's a dish you can just stick in the fridge and heat up in a microwave for 2 or 3 days in a row. So I hope it works. Love you. Bye-bye.